You're looking at sunspot 2936. It's the most likely place to see significant sunspots at the moment on the closest star. And thanks everybody for stargazing. Welcome to the Smash News Network. Welcome to the Daily Space Weather. Plenty of stuff to talk about once again today. To reiterate, if you can expect to see large solar flares, the most likely place was from that sunspot right there, 2936. We've brought up 2 days of the colorized magnetogram here. A little over 2 days, actually, going back to the 26th, yesterday, and today, the 28th, to show the fact that this sunspot has grown. Sunspot number currently around 80 sunspots. And we certainly don't see a lack of activity. Next, I wanted to briefly read a little excerpt from an article that I shared with the Smash team. So at smashomash.com/smash team, we put up this article in its entirety. Skylab observations of the quiet sun gave astronomers their first clear looks at the real extent and complexity of the entire solar atmosphere, revealed the changing vertical structure of previously known features such as sunspots and the chromospheric network, and identified for the first time the varied magnetic loops that make up the corona. It's super interesting to start covering the sun at solar minimum. It's what our channel did. We started covering daily space weather right around the solar cycle 24 to 25 transition period. And what I'd like to briefly touch on is the fact that this brings up an important fact. And the fact is that this is an opportunity, folks, an opportunity the likes of which you've never seen before. So if you consider this moment a crisis, I would remind you that hard times create strong men. Strong men create good times. Good times create weak men. And weak men create hard times. It's a constant cycle. Welcome to it. Welcome to the Neo-Renaissance and to the presentation of facts. So the initial imagery we showed of sunspot 2936 was in this composite wavelength here. This is 171 and 304 angstroms from the Solar Dynamics Observatory. You're looking at ionized iron in gold colors and ionized helium in red colors. Just fantastic imagery of the closest star. And thanks everybody for stargazing. The radio flux now up to 107. So when it comes to solar activity, the two most proportional data sets are the sunspot number and the radio flux. There you see them both presented on the same graph. The red bar there is the red line rather is the sunspot number. The black line is the 10.7 centimeter radio flux. No space weather storms here forecasted, just a brief period of geomagnetic unrest forecasted for late in the day tomorrow on January 29th. A KP4 situation, likely because of another coronal hole wind stream. So we'll get to coronal holes in our next video here, talking about solar features. We're going to briefly talk about global seismicity here over the past 90 days. You can see there, pretty calm at the moment, although the largest earthquake happened right while we did show prep here. So just south of Panama there, we saw a 6.1 magnitude quake. Nothing lighting up on the tsunami wire or anything like that. It's been pretty calm as far as seismicity over the past 24 hours. So let's just scroll up the list here briefly. And Earth helping us out a little bit there by putting up an earthquake right as we did show prep. We've seen many coincidences with solar activity happening and so on while we do the videos. That 6.1 occurred at, it occurred at 11:14 Universal Time. And we're coming at you a little bit late today, so let's blast through some more information here about volcanoes. Sakurajima still erupting in an explosive fashion, producing a 7,000-foot ash plume over the Isle of Kyushu. Suwanosejima and the Ryukyu Islands also erupting, 6,000-foot ash plume from Suwanosejima. Kilauea has resumed erupting with some effusive-type eruptions from the Halema-Uma'u crater, some lava effusing from the Western Fissure Vent on the Big Island of Hawaii near the South Shore. Sangay exploding, producing a 21,000-foot ash plume over Ecuador. I believe that's an uptick at Sangay. Revenador also in Ecuador, No significant change, but a 15,000-foot ash plume flight level 150 over Ecuador from Ravenador. Please don't fly your hang glider over the caldera. Saab and Kaya were unable to detect whether or not it's erupting, whether or not it's erupting. Don't assume it's not and decide to pole vault the caldera. That could be unhelpful, and we need the views on YouTube. Here's another one I've never heard of on the list. Calaqui, located in central Chile and Argentina, must be on the border, producing a small steam and gas plume. No apparent ash produced from it. Please don't attempt to square dance the caldera. And Novatos de Chilean sporadic emissions. No size of the ash plume listed there. Don't pole vault that caldera. Don't pole vault that caldera either. Today's featured product is the Do Not Pole Vault the Caldera socks. Smash staff and I own them. And if you're not familiar with pro cyclists, many times we express our fashion sense in the form of socks. Whether or not we have team socks is completely irrelevant, as it's mainly our jerseys that are associated with our UCI trade teams. I don't remember of hearing anybody ever getting in trouble for having non-team socks. And so many cyclists do exercise our fashion sense in socks. So it's one way to be able to tell people apart, as we all dress up the same, especially when we're on the same team. In any case, do not pole vault the caldera. That's today's featured product. And you can find links to that and all of our other product at smashamash.com. Also consider becoming a member of the Smash team if you enjoy the content and prefer to see it continue to exist and remain publicly visible. smashamash.com/Smash team. Thanks to all our Smash team members. Some posts are only for gold and silver paid subscriptions. We replace Patreon with something superior. You can find links to that on our homepage as well as below this video. smashamash.com is our homepage. We've recently made changes to that. Also, welcome to the Neo Renaissance. Congratulations on realizing the channel exists. Make sure you check out our other 2 premieres coming after this one. And I've been your host, Dan, a.k.a. Smash-A-Mash, signing off from the Smash News Network, least busted name in news.